Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 3 of Skyblock Evolution. So in between episodes I have been waiting a lot for all of this grass to spread, and as you can see it's gotten all the way down to the bottom of the world. So that means I'm going to start off this episode by making a mob farm. A passive mob farm. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out all of the grass rings that have encircled this ladder. And I'll get all of those taken out, and I will meet you guys at the bottom of the world with some materials that I will need to make this farm. Alright, so I have gotten the mob farm pretty much all set up. I got grass to spread in there. It's just spreading throughout the entire rows right now, but I've already gotten a few cows to spawn, which is a good sign that the farm is working. As you can see, I've got their remains in there. I'm gonna just go up right now and I'm gonna check out the farm so that you guys can see that in full glory. I'm using pumpkins as scaffolding, yes. So pretty much the mobs will spawn on here. I'm using the same mechanic as I'm using over in the aggressive mob spawn area. That is the trapdoors. So they'll spawn on here on the grass, and then they'll think that they can walk over to another platform. They'll walk off and they'll get caught in the water stream, and then they'll just flow all the way down to these campfires and they will burn on those. And I have a hopper minecart running underneath it so that when they do die and drop their stuffs, it will all get picked up by the hopper minecart and put down into that chest. So I think the next thing I'm going to do, seeing as I am running very low on iron, meaning I only have 1 iron left, is get villagers, because to make an iron farm and to get a steady flow of iron, I'm going to need villagers. I'm going to need that for iron, for redstone, for lapis, for pretty much diamond armor. Everything that I'm going to need from now on is going to really revolve around whether or not I have villagers. So I would like to at least get 2 villagers cured, because that's the only way you can get them is from the zombie villagers spawning, and I will get them out of the chamber. And then I will turn them into villagers by curing them. So I'm going to make up a few potions of weakness and a few golden apples and a little area where I can start curing them, and I will get that all ready to go and meet you back when I'm curing the villagers. Alright, so I've gotten a zombie all trapped in here. He's holding a block so that he won't despawn. And then I've gotten 2 zombie villagers over in this pen. There they are. And I'm just gonna, I put the golden apples and the weakness potions in this chest so I wouldn't lose them if I fell off the edge, which thankfully I didn't, but I didn't want to take that chance. So I'm just gonna come in here, I'm gonna see if I can find both of these guys. Oh, okay. Hope they don't kill me. I'm gonna splash the potion, possibly, if I can. I'm gonna take it out, actually. And I'll just splash this potion on them and then give them both the golden apples. And then I'll wait around here for them to both turn into villagers. Alright, so since the last clip I've done a couple of things. So one, I've gotten the villagers all set up in here, ready to go. They've already had a baby villager because I've put a ton of beds in here and I gave them a ton of carrots. So hopefully they'll have a few more babies. And I've gotten a few more golden apples by setting up a little bit better of a pigment farm in the nether. I've got this area up here filled up too, which I'll show you in 1 second, but I've also done this. I've gotten this guy up in here, and so the villagers are going to just come over here from when they're babies. They're going to get converted. I'm going to find the good trades and then keep converting them back and forth from villager to zombie villager so that their trades get lowered every single time. And if I go up to the 2nd level up here, past all the temporary things to the regular island area, I've got this little area built up. Now there's a ton of endermen here right now, but I'll deal with that later. And I've got these little trading stalls. So these things are going to pretty much have the villagers sitting in here. Their workstation is going to be right here, and I'm going to put a slab, top half slab on this slab, so that I will be able to get under and through and whatever I need to do, but they won't be able to see out, and so they can't pathfind at anyone else's villager trading stations. They can't get out themselves. They can't do any of that. So the villagers will be totally safe in these little things. They've got roofs above them, so they won't be harmed by any lightning. And the only issue that could possibly come about is a baby zombie going in and converting them. But I don't think that'll happen because I've got this place very nicely lit up. Now I'm going to replace these glowstone blocks with sea lanterns later when I go and raid the Ocean Monument and set up a guardian farm. But for now, this is gonna be the best that I got, because I could do shroom lights, but I tested all 3 of the lights down in a testing world, and these looked the best in comparison to the shroom lights. So I'm gonna keep those for now. I've got a little entrance in and out of this place. I'm gonna make it look a little bit better once I get all the villagers in there. But first, before I do any of that, I'm going to set up an iron farm. Alright, so I've gotten the iron farm all built up and ready to go. It is very efficient. It has already gotten 35 iron in it, even though it's only been running for a few minutes. The design that I got was made from Eagle Eye 621. I will link the video that he showed off this farm in the description so that you guys can follow it too. It's pretty much the same farm. The only thing that I changed was this drop chute, because he was killing them with lava, but I didn't want to kill them with lava because obviously I've only got the one lava source. So I just changed it to a drop chute that has campfires at the bottom. So it's fairly efficient. There's almost always one dying in here. Of course, the one times I come over, there's not. And there we go. There's one in here right now. So I'm gonna grab all this iron, probably make myself a full set of iron armor and tools just to get me through until I have diamond. And then I will start converting all of the villagers to get their cheaper trades. I've already got 3 in here. 2 of them are obviously the breeding villagers, so I'm not going to take those out. I've gotten 3 already from the villager breeders and put them up in the iron farm so that they can produce the iron. And so I'm just going to get the villagers all converted, and I will start putting them into their little places in the villager trading hall. Alright, so about a day and a half in real life and an absolute ton of trading later, I've gotten this thing fully set up. This took so long, but I've gotten everything I need. I've gotten all of the toolsmiths, weaponsmiths, the armor. I've got a shepherd in here. I've got a butcher, a leather worker, a farmer, and then 2 clerics. And then you can see I've labeled all of the villager trades that I've gotten. So I've got pretty much everything to make a full set of armor. And so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to make myself a couple full sets of armor. So next time you guys will see me, I will be fully decked out in a set of armor, and I've got diamond tools and all of that jazz. After a ton of trading, I've gotten a ton of enchanted armor and tools. I've gotten a full set of armor, a ton of tools, some bows. I've also gotten these fishing rods and a ton of iron hose because I don't have any diamonds to make the diamond ones, and you can't get diamonds from trading. So I'll have to wait until I go to the end to make diamond ones of those. But I made 3 sets of everything because I'll probably end up falling off the world at some point. So I just want to make sure I have extra so that I don't lose everything. I have at least 1 fortune axe and a fortune shovel and a fortune pickaxe, just in case I need those for anything. And now I'm going to go up to the top of the world and I'm going to get a few things together so I can make a bubble elevator up and down. And I'll bring you back when I start to do that. Alright, so I've gotten up to the top of the world and I have some bone meal and a pair of shears. Now, if I bone meal this area, I'm going to get seagrass. So if I shear this, I'm going to pick up the seagrass. And if I put it in my 4x4 crafting area, I'm going to be able to get kelp. Now, I want to get kelp so that I can turn the bubble column that I'm going to make here into full source blocks all the way up so that I can have the bubbles go all the way up without having to bring water sources down, and it'll just make it a lot more efficient. So I'm going to gather up a bit of this kelp and make the bubble column, and I'll come back when I've gotten the bubble column all made up. Alright, so I've gotten the bubble elevator all built up, and I've got this little water source here so that when I fall back down I won't take fall damage. So if I get in the water elevator, obviously it'll take me all the way to the top. And then because that is in a lowered slab, if I even land like here, I'll be fine because I'm touching the water a little bit. So no matter where I land, I'll be okay. The next thing I'm going to do is head over to the desert island and go down to the bottom of the world so that I can make a husk farm to get sand. Alright, so before I head off to the desert island, I am going to get myself an ender chest. Now, pre 1.16, you would not be able to do this before I went to the end in Skyblock, and that's because there's no way to get obsidian other than in the end. Now, in 1.16, that's not true, because piglin bartering will actually give you obsidian, and I have gotten these 8 plus another 10, so I could make another ender chest if I want, but I think I'm going to stick with 1 for right now. So I can just put these all around the outside and put the eye of ender in the middle to make myself an ender chest. Now if you don't know what the perks to an ender chest are, it's pretty much a portable inventory. I could put my axe in there, take the ender chest with me, and then place it down over here, and the axe will still be inside. Unlike in a chest, if I broke it and moved it, it wouldn't have all the stuff inside, it would just all fly out. But with the ender chest, I can move stuff, so it'll be a lot easier to now transport items around until I get shulker boxes. Alright, so another thing I'm going to do before I head over to the desert island is make myself a little cobblestone generator. And it's going to be more automatic and easier to use and faster to farm all this cobblestone than it would be to use just the singular cobblestone generator that I have built up at the top island. It's not going to be a TNT blow up one, but quite honestly right now I don't think I need that large scale cobblestone generator. I don't know if I will be making one of those in this series, but if I end up needing a lot of cobblestone, I will definitely make one of those. But for right now, this will satisfy my needs just by making cobblestone gathering a little bit simpler. Alright, so I've gotten the cobblestone generator all built up and ready to go. Pretty much you just come in here, I can close the door, and then I just sit here with my pickaxe and I mine all the way through. And if we go up top, so you guys can see how this works pretty much. Whoops. Okay. So if I mine a block, there is an observer down there that will see the block that I mine. It'll run a redstone signal all the way up here, which pushes the next row of cobblestone down and opens these trapdoors so that they can turn all of the lava here into cobblestone. And the cycle just keeps repeating and repeating, so I keep getting more and more cobblestone. I'm pretty sure this design is by Avamance. I got it a long time ago, but if I can find that video, I will link it in the description so you can use this farm too. Alright, so I'm over at the desert island. I've taken out the little platform that was up there because I don't want to block the skylight. And I have pillared all the way down to the bottom of the world with not a lava bucket, a water bucket. And I have started making this little platform. Now all of these bottom half slabs represent the desert biome. So if you look here, I'm in the plains biome. But when I go around all of this, I'm in desert the whole time. So this gives me a nice idea of how large I can make this farm that husks will spawn in. So looking at this, I'm probably going to try to use up as much of this space as I can. So I think I'm gonna make kind of like a circle and have a water source dispensed in the middle, and then the water will flow and push them all off the sides so that all of the mobs fall underneath the farm, and then they can all get pushed into the center where I'll have a killing chamber for them that I'll either whack them with my sword or I will let them die on campfires. I might bring them out. I might water stream them out 24 blocks away from me just so that I have enough space away from the farm to where I can stand there and AFK and just whack away with my sword and not worry about it, or I might just have a killing chamber. I don't know. I'll figure that out later. I'm gonna get this farm pretty much all built up, and I will bring you guys back when I've got this farm ready to go. So I've gotten the farm all finished. This is what the final product looks like. I'm going to just head up the ladder here so that I can get a little bit better view of what it looks like. Alright, here we go. So the mobs will spawn up here at night, and then the water will come out, push them off the sides. It's on a timer that I might be able to see under here. There we go. It's on this timer, and it'll just keep going around and around. Then the mobs fall off the side, go into this little water area down here. They get pushed into the middle, and they go into this killing area with the campfires, and they come in here. I've already gotten 3 sand, so obviously it's already working, and I'm gonna AFK over here for a little while just so that I can get a bit more sand and other mob drops built up. Alright, so I've done a ton of AFKing, and I've gotten all of these things. I've gotten arrows, gunpowder, string, all that stuff, a ton of bone blocks, and sand. I've got 2.5 stacks exactly, which is pretty amazing. I'm going to take all of these things that I've gotten back to the main island and start my next project for today. Alright, so the next project that I'm going to do today is a sugarcane farm, which you could probably already tell from the materials that I gathered in my inner chest, but this is going to be another design by Avomance. I'm going to change it a little bit, but it's going to be mostly the same concept that he displays in his video, so I will link that down in the description along with the iron farm and the cobblestone generator. And so I'll get that built up down at the bottom of the world and come back when I've got that all set up. Alright, so I've got the sugarcane farm all built up. So pretty much the way this works is the sugarcane will grow, and once it goes 3 tall, which is the max height that a piece of sugarcane can grow, the observers will detect it. They will send a redstone signal down to these pistons, and the pistons will cut off the sugarcane, leaving 1 piece of sugarcane left so that they can regrow. And how I'm picking this all up is through this hopper minecart down here. So this runs all the way around below all of the pieces of dirt. It picks it all up, and then it brings it over to this unloader station. If I grab out a stack of these bottles of enchanting, and I just wait, I'm going to click on it and quickly put those in there. So then when it comes back around, this unloader station will detect it with the detector rail, send a signal all the way up through here, and it'll close the fence gate, and it'll stop, and it'll unload all of its contents. I'm just going to help it out. But there we go, we got the whole stack back. So that's the sugarcane farm pretty much all done. It's not very fast, but I mean it'll do for the long run, just by passively getting sugarcane, because obviously I'm going to be in this area all the time, so it'll be constantly running. So I'll get a whole bunch of sugarcane from this hopefully in the future, so I can make rockets from the paper and do maybe some trading with the paper and all sorts of stuff that needs sugar cane. There you go, you just saw it go off. You can see all the items are going to disappear as the minecart picks them up, and the minecart closes. I'm going to go down to the bottom and see how much we get from this one harvest. So we got 18 from that harvest, which is pretty good. This will probably go off every 10-ish minutes at the most, I want to say. So it'll be a pretty good amount of sugarcane because it'll be constantly running. So the next thing I'm going to do today is look at the advancements tab and get a couple of these advancements that I can do knocked out of the way. So I'm going to start over here in the Skyblock one and take a look at all of these. Now if you look in each of these tabs, you can see I've gotten a couple of them, well not a couple, a whole bunch of them done. And that's because I've just gotten these by just going through and doing all the things that I've done now. I haven't really looked too much into the advancements until now, but I feel like it's a good time to start looking at them because I feel like I can do a couple of these and get them out of the way. So I'm going to start over here in the Farmer tab. Now this one should be a fairly simple one to complete. I'm going to go and collect up all of these things, and I will be back to just gain the advancements with you guys. Alright, so I'm back here and I've gotten all of the things together. I am going to just pull them all out of this chest as I go through and just receive the advancements. So I know it's sugarcane, wheat, potatoes, and there's cane, wheat, I'm pretty sure one of them's carrots. Okay, maybe potatoes and carrots weren't one of them, but that's alright. So I've gotten these two. I'm gonna make 10 bread now with the wheat. There we are. Baker advancement achieved. And then I'm going to just put all of this back in the chest. I'm going to take a look at what else I need. I need melon slices and pumpkins and nether wart. So I think I've got nether wart over here. And I'll just grab out all of that I have. Alright, wart farmer. And then it's to make 10 nether wart blocks. And I've gotten the nether wart block advancement. Alright, so now I've got the melon slices all ready to go. So I'm just going to grab that stack, and there we go, the melon farmer, and I'll go and collect up the rest of the pumpkins I need, and I'll be back with those. Alright, so the melons are going to take a little bit longer to collect up, so while I'm waiting for more pumpkins to grow, I am going to get the collector, the one stack of every log type, which I actually have gotten in here. So I've gotten the log collector advancement now. And now I'm going to do the 16 torches, bookshelves, and paintings. So I've gotten the torches and bookshelves. I'm going to collect up the paintings from the shepherd, which I'm pretty sure is over here. Yep, here he is. So I should be able to get quite a few of those after I trade away this rotten flesh. Alright, and now I've gotten all the paintings. So that should be that advancement. Oh, maybe not. Torches, bookshelves, and paintings. Ah, there we go. I just had to put exactly 16 in my inventory. I had 18 before, so that's why it didn't trigger. But now I've got that one. So I'm going to go for the 16 glass pane one next. Alright, I've got my glass all collected up, so I'm just going to put it in here. And there we go. We got the pane collector one. I think I'm going to go for the I have every color, which is making every color of dye possible, which should be pretty simple because I can just grow a whole bunch of flowers and get all the dyes. Alright, so I just got the every color advancement. I thought I'd have to have them all in my inventory at the same time, but apparently not. So as you can see, I just collected up all of the dyes in here. And the next advancement I'm going to go for is this snow golem and iron golem farm. I know that the snow golem will die if it's not in a cold biome, so I think I'm going to head over. I know there's a mountain biome out by one of these islands, so I'll head over that biome so that I can keep the iron golem all safe. Alright, so I made my way out here past the swamp island to the mountain biome, which is a temperate, I think is what it's called, biome, so that the snow golem won't like die here because it's too warm for them. So I'm just gonna make the snow golem. There we go. And then I'm gonna just take these pieces of glass, I'm going to nudge it in here, and I am going to just trap it there. So by trapping it there, it will always make snow in all the area around it. So since these are all full blocks and they're the only full blocks on this little island area, it'll just keep making snow there. And if I put down my ender chest and grab out my fortune shovel, I should just be able to, yep, just grab up a whole bunch of snow if I ever need it. I'm going to just plop all of this snow in this chest. I'm going to put a roof over this guy's head so that if it does end up raining, it won't die or take damage or anything. So I'm just going to put these blocks over its head, and therefore it'll always be safe and secure in that little area, and I can just get as much snow as I will ever need from this guy. And I'm going to go back to the island, and I will make the iron golem so that I can get that advancement too. Right, so I'm back here with the supplies to make the iron golem. Iron golems are very simple to make. It's just 4 blocks and the head. So now I have the Brotherhood advancement, and I pretty much made him in here so that he can just take care of any of these Endermen and stuff that comes in here, because I don't really want the Endermen all around here. Not really something I need. So now I've got the Iron Golem to just deal with those guys when they do come in here with the villagers. Alright, so the next advancement that I'm going to go for is the respawn anchor advancement, because I do actually have all the stuff for that. I have been doing a ton of trading with the piglins, so I've gotten 23 crying obsidian and then the 12 glowstone to make the respawn anchor. So I'm just going to put the obsidian back in there. I'm going to head into the nether and maybe bring a bit more cobblestone slabs with me so I can make a little area for this respawn anchor to be. Alright, so I put the the respawn anchor down right here, and the advancement you get for filling it all the way up. So there we go, not quite 9 lives I've gotten, and I'm just going to click on that. I mean, I'll probably end up resetting my spawn point out here again, but you know, it's nice to have that. And I love this texture. Like, it looks so cool. It looks like a pot of like magical brew and stuff. It's just really cool. I love that. The next advancement I'm going to go for is this: get a stack of emerald blocks, which I think should be fairly simple because I've got the villagers that will trade bookshelves and books, which is kind of a cheaty trade, but you know, it's for the advancements. So, and it's not taken out of the game yet, so I'm going to use that trade to try and get the stack of emerald blocks. Alright, so I've gotten enough emeralds to make the 64 emerald blocks. And there we go, Trade Master. That's a really good one to get. It's a special one with the cool noise. I love that noise. The next advancement that I'm going to get is going to be the Animal Friends one, spawn and breed animals so you aren't as lonely. I've covered up all of the trapdoor areas here. I've closed all the trapdoors so that 2 animals would spawn, and I've gotten 2 cows. So I'm just gonna breed both these guys up. And there we go, we've gotten the Animal Friends goal. So now I'm just gonna open all these back up and get to the next advancement. Alright, the next advancement I'm gonna get is the pumpkin one, the pumpkin farmer, because I've gotten the 64 pumpkins, and then I'm just going to place all of these down, grab a pair of shears, and turn them all into jack-o'-lanterns for this Halloween advancement. Alright, so I've gotten the stack of pumpkins and the stack of torches so that I can make the stack of jack-o'-lanterns, and I've gotten the Halloween advancement now. Alright, I think that's where I'm going to end off the episode for today. We have done a ton of things in this episode. We have gotten the husk farm, we have gotten the iron farm, the sugarcane farm, the cobblestone generator, all of the villager trades all set up, and we have done a ton of work on the advancements. This episode has taken a little bit longer than I had hoped it would, so it'll be coming out a little bit later. Sorry about that, but the things that I've done have just taken so much time, and I would like to thank you all for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more in this series, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye!